Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a quick film review of some of the top prospects in the 2026 class and how they've fared in their first few Summer League games. Now the actual Summer League in Las Vegas hasn't started yet, but we still have the Salt Lake City Summer League and the California Summer League, so a lot of the top prospects have gotten to play already. Now this video I will be looking over yesterday's game between the Jazz and the Grizzlies, which featured the top two players on my board by the end of the year, Cam Boozer and Darryn Peterson. So I'm just going to be going over and seeing how they fared in these games and watching their highlights and seeing what they did well. Now, obviously, I'm not going to overreact to it. I know that it's just Summer League, but it's still interesting to see how some of these top players have adjusted to a new pace of game. So let's get into it. Darryn Peterson is who I ended up having as my top prospect in the 2026 draft, and he's made me feel good about that selection across his first two games, especially yesterday when he dropped 25 points and 12 assists. On the first play of the game here, we see Peterson activating in the pick and roll, and we instantly see his speed and athleticism on display. He gets right past his defender, then uses his defender's momentum against him and spins off for the easy floater. Now here, we see Peterson able to turn the corner of the screen, and at this moment he's dragged both the big, Boozer, and his own defender towards him. But as his big rolls towards the rim, Boozer is forced to retreat, leaving Peterson's defender to his left side. So he reads the coverage well and steps back to his right. It still ends up being a tough shot here, but we know Darryn loves this right wing three. He shot a lot of them at Kansas last season and he knocks it down here. Still in the first quarter here, we see Blake Hinson do a really good job of faking a screen, and that's really all that Peterson needs. He gets the step on his defender and you just glide straight to the hoop with a finger roll layup to get the step over Boozer. Now, I saw a few people critiquing Peterson's playmaking a bit in the first game when he had 2 assists, so he came back this game and had 12 of them. In this play, you can see how much attention he draws. There's a bit of a scramble from the Grizzlies to get back on a man, and Cedric Coward ends up making the defensive error here, allowing Peterson to dish to the open man. I think this play here shows not just how little of a gap Peterson needs to get to the hoop, but also how easily he's able to create it. After a few back and forths to lull the defender, he does a quick little in and out dribble and is away, using his off arm to give him a bit more space for the finish over the incoming big. In crunch time, the Jazz once again fake a screen, which allows Peterson to start going downhill. He sees the defender down here start to come up, so once again he uses the defender's momentum and spins off him before just rising right over the top of him and nailing a tough shot. And finally for Peterson here, his teammate sets a bit of a ghost screen and runs into the paint. So Darryn drags out the big, and when they have to retreat back to guard their man, all this space opens up here, and as soon as the defender's hands go down, he pulls up and ices the game with another triple. It is just Summer League, but playing with the patience and poise that he showed against what was honestly a pretty good defensive performance by the Grizzlies in just his second Summer League game says a lot about how good he is going to be just this season, and the sky is really the limit for Peterson offensively. Now we'll move on to the other side of this battle and take a look at Cam Boozer. Boozer had a very Boozer-like stat line tonight. He was the center of attention for the Grizzlies, and he really could have just taken control of their offense and taken a bunch of shots, but he played well within the offense and ended with 19 points on just 9 shots and 2 free throws. We start here with Boozer handling the ball on the perimeter, which is obviously a huge skill for a big man to have in their arsenal, and he pulls out another one here with a pullback triple, punishing the defender for sagging off. Here, Boozer is operating with the ball pretty high up, and Peterson is late to catch up to Javon Small, so he fires the over-the-head oop perfectly. On the very next possession, Boozer once again stands still up top and just finds the perfect timing to lift the ball high towards the darting Omax. It's such a privilege having a big with court vision like this that can serve as a kind of facilitating quarterback kind of hub, and Boozer does just that already. On this play, Cam boxes out his defender well. The ball bounces a little bit awkwardly for him, but he's able to control the ball, bruise his way through the defender using his strong base, and use his footwork to get a nice layup on the other side of the rim. Just the kind of really strong and solid post play we're used to seeing from Boozer. Once again, Boozer shows that you cannot give him any space. He shot 39% on threes at Duke, and just look at the confidence he shoots the ball with here. The screen takes the defender away, and in the tiny gap before the other defender closes out, he pulls it and knocks it down. Last one here, and it's another triple for Boozer. This one came right after Darryn Peterson's dagger 3, and he comes back with his own one. Both defenders get caught on the screen, and Boozer pulls up and hits again. That's Boozer's fourth 3 of the night in 4 very different situations, and let me tell you, if he's hitting shots like this with consistency, those concerns about him translating to the NBA are going to disappear really quickly. As I said earlier, Boozer didn't really go shot hunting today, mostly just played his role and let the game come to him. I would have liked to see him go all out, but he refuses to play any other way than polished basketball the right way. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed a little breakdown of that amazing young player clash we saw yesterday, and I'll see you next time.